What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. In this video, we are looking at the NBA slate for Saturday. Happy Saturday to everybody. We only have 3 games today after 12 yesterday, only 1 on Thursday. So it's been kind of a weird schedule, but let's go ahead and get into it. Had a good day yesterday, hit on Draftkings and Fanduel, posted the updates on Twitter. Once we got the Trae Young news, had to go with DeLon Wright, Bogdanovich, stuck with Clarkson, Hernan Gomez, Alexander Walker were good value plays. I got off with Darius Garland. I probably should have stuck with him as he put up 55, but hopefully you guys had a good night as well. Let's go ahead and get into it. As always, if you enjoy the videos, appreciate it for the like button, subscribe. If you haven't already, you can check out Prize Picks. You can use my code PROCESS for deposit match up to $100. Check out Twitter if you're into sports betting and stuff. I'll post some stuff there, and you can check out the website down below. Starting off with the point guard position here, we have Luka Doncic. He's $11,800. Coming off of a really rough game against Philly. 5 of 20 shooting, 2 of 10 from 3. Did get you peripherals, but 6 turnovers, no steals, only 1 block. One of his more disappointing games of the season. In a great bounce back spot, though, going up against Charlotte. We have Darius Garland here at 91, like I mentioned yesterday's video, coming off of 4 straight poor shooting games. All he needed, and he was due for a good shooting game. Going to drop over 50, put up 54, did go into overtime, but he's still playing monster minutes in regulation. That would have been 40 minutes. Good matchup here against Detroit. The price tag has gone up a bit, but I still like him today. There's a chance that LeVert doesn't play on a back-to-back, coming off of a foot injury. I don't know if they want to push him yet, so there's a chance he sits, which would just benefit Garland. LaMelo Ball is $8,800. He's coming off of a good game, but sometimes his minutes are still risky. But he got up to 36, which is a great sign. That was the first time he's gotten that many minutes in quite some time, since the end of February. I do prefer Garland, but LaMelo is in the mix. Westbrook coming off of a triple-double. It's pretty rare that we get a Westbrook triple-double nowadays, when it was just every day, going back last year and years past. Going further down, I expect Cade Cunningham to play. He's dealing with an illness. He had the last game off, so I think he'll be back going up against Cleveland. He's not super interesting at $8,300 though, with Jeremy Grant back as well. Not too much interest for me in the 6K range here, besides maybe going Jalen Brunson, just because there's not too many good options on this slate. Not too many good values right now. You would have expected Porzingis to sit, but I believe I read a report that the coach said he's not expecting to rest any starters, including Porzingis today, so unless Porzingis doesn't want to play, if he wants to sit out, then I'm expecting Porzingis to play, even though it would have been nice if he wasn't playing, just so we could get some value here. Further down here, point guard, nothing crazy that I'm looking at. Let's go ahead and talk about shooting guard. Once again, your top 2, Rozier and Cunningham, they're okay. I mean, Rozier like him more than Cunningham, but neither one I'm going to be looking to get to. Not too much other option in the 6K range. I guess you can go Spencer Dinwiddie just because he's playing good minutes. I don't think Bullock will play. He's dealing with a personal issue, and he'll probably return for like a home game. I don't think he'll fly out to Charlotte. So I don't think he'll play, which would more minutes for Dinwiddie. You have, KCP tweaked his ankle. Here's a chance he sits today. He's 51, so he's not super appealing. Tougher matchup going up. I mean, not a super tough matchup, but just a tough price tag to get to at $5,100. Value-wise, you have Corey Kispert. I think he's looking like a decent value just because we don't have very much options on the slate. He's playing good minutes, can get you some threes. I'm going to go ahead and put him in. Over at small forward, Sadiq Bey is 68, coming off a 51-point game. He's probably going to be popular today, but I think it's a decent option to go elsewhere, just because if he's super popular, then he's not super likely. He's not likely to drop that many points again, especially if Cade is back and Grant is back. He went off without their top 2 guys. I think you can look to Markkanen, even though he dropped 60. I don't know if that was possible for Markkanen. He put up 60 yesterday. Great game. He's been pretty steady and consistent, playing good minutes as well. If there's no LeVert on a back-to-back, then definitely like Markkanen. Horton Tucker, not interesting. You have nobody else really looks that good in the 4K range. Under 4K, you can maybe look to like Cody Martin as a value. But really, and maybe Okoro just because he plays good minutes, but not too much to like. Power forward, LeBron is 11-4. Coming off of a good game. Went into overtime, but I think LeBron will play. I like Mobley a lot at 77. Just good price tag for him. He continues to put up good numbers. without Jared Allen starting at center, getting you more rebounds, scoring a lot more, taking a lot more shots. Most of these games, good matchup against Detroit. It's probably one of my favorite plays at the small power forward. Other guy, you could look to Kyle Kuzma on a revenge spot, 6K range. Maybe Kevin Love if you can get hot, but I'd rather go to Markkanen just because he's cheaper and will play more minutes. 3K range, you have Maxi Kleber there, and that's basically it. I don't know how many minutes Livers will play. He's been playing well, but now that Grant is back and if Kate is back, he might only get like 15 or so. Over at center, you can look to a value if you wanted to. 46 for Dwight Powell looks pretty appealing. The Lakers been starting Gabriel, and he's still min price. So on a slate where we have absolutely no value right now, I think you can go with him. Give you upside for close to 10x. He did go crazy shooting wise. Don't expect him to knock down 3 of 3 and make 7 of 8 from the floor. But if they give him 20 minutes or so, all you're really looking for is over 20 fantasy points, which is definitely doable against Washington. Moving over to the guard position, looking as another decent value that we can look to. Not too much to like here, but I don't mind getting to Dinwiddie at 67. Just been pretty consistent. He's kind of fitting nicely. We didn't expect him to. Well, I had some questions about the trade. A lot of people did. But he's fitting pretty nicely, getting you good defensive play with steals, getting you rebounds, scoring at a decent clip, and his shooting has improved much better than he kind of finished than he was playing back with his former team. So put in Dinwiddie at 67 just to get to a value that we can kind of feel good about. And then the last piece I'll go ahead and put in here is going to be at the forward position. Don't mind getting to Markkanen at 59 just because there's just not, it's a pretty ugly slate, not going to lie. But Markkanen gives you upside over 30. Not expecting 60 out of him, but I like his price tag at 59 compared to like Grant or Sadiq Bey. And like, I don't know if Levert will play on him back-to-back, but really just not too many options in the mid-range. So that's about it. Still leaves you with almost 7K left for the last two spots. If you wanted to do a pay up at the position, definitely look to like Luka or LeBron. But that's about it for the DraftKings side. Let's talk about FanDuel. All right, on FanDuel, I got the picks on the screen. Going with the point guard, you have a lot more options. You have Luka at a good price tag at 10.9. Darius Garland looks great at only 85. Rozier sub 7 or sub 8K. LaMelo is pretty affordable. And then you have both these Dallas guys. Dinwiddie looks good, and Jalen Brunson looks probably better than Dinwiddie, saving $900. 4K range, you have Raul Neto as a decent option, and then maybe Corey Joseph if Killian Hayes is out. Shooting guard, I'll definitely plug in Luka Doncic here. He's really nicely priced. Other options would be definitely Jalen Brunson, Finney Smith, sub 5K, and then maybe like Okoro, but not too much to like. Small forward, I love LeBron, but I plugged in Kispert just to get you guys a value. Kuzma's at a good price tag. I like Markkanen at 61. Sadiq Bey looks better than he does on DraftKings at 56. But I don't mind getting to Kispert, a guy that couldn't play over 30 minutes, can hit some shots, get you some peripherals. Doesn't need to do too much, which probably won't happen at only 36. Power forward, obviously you can get to LeBron, you can get to Mobley. I put him in at center just because center is pretty ugly. But I'm going with Gabriel just as a guy that can get me 20 plus, maybe get some blocks and steals, which helps on FanDuel. Other options would be Markkanen, Grant, Kuzma at their price tags. Maybe you can go Stewart at 47, and then Dwight Powell looks decent at 42. And then center is pretty ugly. You have Mobley as your best option at 79, and then you have Bagley who's going to be coming off the bench now. Plumlee's been losing minutes. He's not been playing great. Love comes off the bench, doesn't play a ton of minutes. If Porzingis plays, which is looking like he will, Gafford is not appealing. Only other guy would be like Stewart that can get you there. But even his playing time is still questionable with if Bagley comes off the bench, plays well. They have Grant is there. It can play. They have Olynyk. And then they even have Livers who can get some minutes. So going with Mobley, a guy that can play over 35 minutes easily. And he's not that expensive at 79. So that's about it. It's an ugly 3-gamer. Hopefully we get some news that opens some value up. But thanks for watching. Best of luck tonight, and I will see you all next time.